feel free to share. Yeah, thank you, Ranjana. So feel free to share the link with your colleagues and you can ask them to join. Um, so I think we have quite a lot of teachers, and what we will do now is we'll try to revise what we understood in the module first that we did. Okay, so I'm not sure if all of the teachers that are here today were did they if they got a chance to see what happened in model one. So what we want to do is we'll simply play like a yes no MCQ quiz with you guys. You can we'll just give you the option. So I know that you do not have clickers in your hands, but you still have your mobile phones. So you can simply use the chat box and just send your answers there in the chat box. Okay. So, all right, I can see Rekha ma'am is already saying yes. So, ma'am is excited. So, we'll just play that 5 question quiz. Even if you were not part of module one, I'm sure you'll have the idea and you'll be able to answer the questions very easily. They are super easy. Okay. So, I'll share my screen. Okay. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, it is visible.
Yes. So, our first question is, can you use the textbooks to make questions in Class Saathi? This is our question, and the options are yes and no. So if you find yes is the correct answer, please put yes or option number 1 in the chat box. And if you find no, you simply put no or option number 2. Okay, we can see answers coming in. All our teachers are saying yes. So I feel everyone knows that we can make questions from the textbook. Amazing. Okay. So all of you are saying that we can make questions from textbook. Who would like to take the honors and tell us how we can do that? Anybody?
Can I intervene?
Yeah, sure, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so we've got a Saathi Genie option when you're trying to create a quiz. So that gives and you use Saathi Genie to do that. There are 3
Yeah.
options. One is a prompt, one is a document, and there is one more option which I'm not able to recall. So when you upload, yeah, the web URL. Yeah, so when you click on the upload option, you've got an option to upload a document. Document can either be a PPT or a PDF, and the document size, maximum size can be 10 MB. And if you upload a PDF, if your PDF already has questions in a particular format, then you can click on the checkbox and it will create the questions as it is. Otherwise, the Saathi Genie will read the text in the PDF and then create questions as per the difficulty level as set by you.
Yes, absolutely correct, sir. Thank you so much for sharing that. So I hope all of us are on the same page, teachers. Now you got to know your yes and the reasoning why your answer is yes. Right? So we are doing our own Class Saathi quiz here right now. All right. So our next question is, where is Saathi Genie added in the application? Do you find Saathi Genie under resources? Do we find Saathi Genie under create quiz, reports, or do we find it all everywhere? All of the above, all 3 options. Okay. Right. Okay, now this can be a case like if the students cheat, then the answers are already there. You can see the answers that the teachers have already given. Okay, we can see somebody said 2. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I think most of us has given the correct answer, and that is all of the above. Under resources, we have pre-added textbooks, we have uh, pre-added content like flashcards and YouTube videos that is going to help you use Genie there. So you have pre-added textbook. You can simply select the pages of the textbook and create questions. We have pre-added concept cards. And with alignment of these concept cards, you can also ask challenging questions using our Saathi Genie. And also we have YouTube videos, and you can play those YouTube videos. You can ask normal 5 questions from our existing content, and you can also use the challenge class option to make more challenging question using the Saathi Genie. And under create, like I think Rajat sir a few minutes ago, he simply explained it very nicely how you can use AI under create quiz. Reports, yes, we can see our AI generated report where you get the performance analysis. And of course, sorry, I think, yeah,
I muted.
yeah,
Someone was on unmute. So I muted.
yeah, no problem, no problem. And our next question is, can I register the clickers on my own if required? So imagine a scenario where the registration has been mismatched or a new student has been added, and then you need to register the clickers. So will you be able to do it or you will not be able to do it? Yes or no? Okay. So yes, we can do it and it's customizable. You can also change the registration of the existing clickers if you want. You can rearrange the student list and register them again, or else you can simply register them in a normal way where you can start from roll number 1 until roll number 40. So that is absolutely possible. And our next question is, can I make questions from other languages apart from English? So yes, no. Okay, we can see yes coming in. Yes, sir, that's correct. We can use localize. Yes, so that is correct, teachers. We can actually make questions using different languages. It can be Hindi, Kannada, Marathi, Tamil, whichever language you want to use, that language will be there on the application. All you need to do is you can either use the localize option, that is the AI feature that we have to translate the question, or else you can use a document that has pre-added language questions, and those will be able to upload through Gmail. Okay. And our last question is, are you guys having fun? Is this session being your, just focusing on class, Adi, but I want you guys to have fun also and be more interest. Okay, I can see yes coming in. All right, that is a good confirmation for me. Yes, all right. That is so sweet of you, all of you. Thank you so much. Yes. And
Good
we are
answer.
supposed to have fun while learning. That's how we learn even more. So thank you for all your answers. And after watching all the answers in the comment box, I'm 100% confident that all of you remember or know the basic things that we can do with Class Saathi and the things that we have studied earlier. But now we will deep dive into some more features that we missed out on last part. And today, like Ranjana mentioned some time ago, that we will be focusing on the reports tab. Now, this is something the root cause of everything, right? This is why we are performing all the assessments. This is why we are trying to analyze the student. We are trying to get data, and all that data is stored under our reports tab. So irrespective of whichever class it is, be it our higher grades, lower grades, everywhere, this tab is something that is going to be very close to you. I think after the create quiz, report is something which you should always prioritize, because I personally feel as a teacher, if you have data in your hand, you can actually change the scenario of your classroom. You can make it into the most amazing class you have ever been. And the students will also appreciate you because you are able to understand the student even more better. So how we can do that, right? Let's see. Let's take one by one. We'll check each and every boxes that we see here. So first off, we have this performance level. Performance level is going to help you understand what are the different buckets in your classroom and how the students are doing these. So you can see here, I could see there are 12 students who are scoring low, 5 who are average, 7 who are good, and 26 who are high scoring. So I can simply identify the students who are scoring low, and I can see their individual performance, how the student is doing, what are the strong topic, what are the weak topics, what is the participation rate, average score, everything will be visible here. Okay. So these students are scoring low. If I want to see how the high scoring students are doing, I can also see it from here. I want to check for, let's say, Arjit. So I'll open Arjit and I can see Arjit performance for this month or any November. If I want to check, I can check there also. And based on that, I'll be able to analyze the data and understand the student requirement. Now, this is just like an overview, right? It's not giving me a lot of information. So what I can do, other thing is, I can also click on this student insight and I can see the averages of every student and participation of every student. Right, so right away I can see for the month of October, this is the current scenario. Right, some of the students are doing well, some of them are scoring zero, so you will be able to understand it from here. Also, you can open any student and you can view their strong topic, weak topics, and if the student has been using their student application, you will be also able to see the student performance here. So I think Arya will be able to show. Yeah, so you can see the student performance here. So you can see how many questions were solved by that student. When did the student last open the student application? How much time the student has spent on the application? And all the small details that you see, basic mock test, AI mock test. These are the features that we have on the student application where they can revise on their own. They do not need any specific homework or test to be assigned to them. They will have question bank in their hands and they will use that to revise. So you'll be able to see that from here. And then we also have this weekly tracker where you can see the number of questions solved and the number of wrong questions that were solved by the students. So that is how you will be able to see how the student is doing on the student application too. And this is your in-class performance. And along with that, you can download like a monthly report for the student. Let's say I want to download for Vijay. So I'll select the student, click on download, or if I want, I can select all the students and download the report in one go. And this is how it looks like. Oh, wait, I think I'll have to reshare my screen. Yeah. So this is the student-wise report that I was talking about, right? So here you can see the student, the roll number of the student, which class is the student in, and the Saathi ID. Along with that, you can see the student comparison with the entire class. So right now, Arya on an average is scoring 83%, but the entire class is scoring 77%. So you can consider it as like a peer analysis where you can see your students in comparison with the rest of the class. And you can see the student is scoring relatively higher than most of the student, like the entire class average. None of the subject here are lower for that student. Only I think science is the only subject where the student has scored below 80%. Rest all the subject are above 80%. So as a teacher, I'm able to understand the student is quite intelligent. Maybe I'll have to only support the student in science. we'll have to focus on science topic most. We'll have to ask, maybe if I'm the class teacher, I'll make sure that I reach out to the science teacher of the my classroom and say ki Arya is doing well in rest of the subject, maybe you can help me out in supporting that student better for science, so that the science teacher will be able to also focus on him more. This is one way. Then also you'll be able to see, this is science, right? So how many questions were solved in science? How much study time the student has taken? What is the average? What are the strong topics of that student and what are the weak topics? So this is again giving me more information on how and what topic I need to focus on. So recycling of papers, plastic, this is the topic. I'll ask maybe science teacher to assign more individual or specialized homework for the students. I'll make sure that these topics have been covered through the homeworks or test, or maybe even normal assessment that happens in the classroom, so that the student will be able to score more in that, and the overall performance of the student will again improve, because right now the only place the student was lagging in was science. So that data you were able to get it from here, and it made you understand the places where Arya was scoring high and where really Arya needed help. So that is one part. Second is this Genie report, right? So, right, I asked you a question when we started the quiz, if we are able to use the AI feature here. So, this Genie report is nothing but our AI feature. It's going to help you analyze the student very easily, and it's very convenient for you because it's going to help you get like a performance overview. Let's say you don't want data, you don't want numbers, you don't want percentage, you genuinely want to know what is wrong with the student, where are the places the student has learning gaps, and as a teacher how you can support the student. In that case you can simply use this. Let's say I want to check for Arya. I click on give insight. It's going to give me the places where the student needs my help, or needs some attention, and then it's going to give me recommendation. So based on this, I'll be able to support the student better. Many a times, since this is AI generated, many a times the recommendations would be, common recommendations which you can simply implement. So you can also test it on your own, saying, okay, let's try it out. If this works out, maybe I can use the same trick for rest of the students. Right? So you don't have to check for one student and then check for other student. No, it's not like that. As a teacher, I'm sure our intuition works in a very broad manner, right? So you'll be able to simply see, okay, this is a common problem here. Maybe this problem is happening for other student too. I can use the same strategy for that student as well. So you'll be able to read this. Once you understand all of this, you can also help the student even more. Okay. So this is about our performance level section. Any questions, any doubt on this part? So we are not able to download this student insight. If you click on the download button there, you'll be able to get this report only, the student wise report, because the AI report is, it is inside the app. We don't want to let it go outside because it's yet not downloadable yet. Yeah. Okay. So any questions, any doubt on this, teachers, before we move forward? Okay. Copy paste is also not possible if because I'm sure it doesn't allow you to copy paste, because this is something we want to keep it inside the application only. So that's why we don't even allow copy pasting it. So if ever you want to check for a student, you can simply open the app and check it directly. Okay. All right. Any more question, teachers? Anything else you want to ask? Are we good with this particular box, our performance level section? That's a great question, ma'am. If you want to share it with the parents, what we can do is we can actually I can suggest this to our product team that we can make a feature where you will be able to share the AI report with the parents and they'll be able to see it on the parent application. So I'm not sure if you guys are aware. Class Saathi is not something which you will only use inside your classroom, but we also have a parent application where the parent can also see how the student is doing with the clickers in the classroom and how the student is also performing using the mobile phone on the student app. So the parent is able to see like at school, at home kind of a overview where they see all the reports. So if we can also add the same part there, they'll be, I think it'll be helpful. Thank you for putting this question forward, ma'am. We'll definitely work on this part. But as of now, it's not available, ma'am. Yes, thank you, ma'am. Okay. Anything else, teachers? Okay, I will consider that all of us are, we do not have any more questions. Let's move forward to the next box, that is the topics. So what is this topics, right? So if you have seen our questions under the create option, let me show it to you. All the chapters, they have been mapped to some kind of topics, right? You will see this hashtag, this represents different topics. Now when you use this, when you use the content based question, it's going to help you analyze the topic, and once the student give right answer, wrong answer, or even if they ask for help during the assessment, you will be able to see this box. Okay, so the strong topics I can see joints, threshing, replacement of oxygen. These are the topics where the student has given most of the time correct answer. So that means the app is considering these topics as the correct answer. So that's why these are under strong. Weak would be the topics where the students are giving frequently wrong answers. And then help requested is when the student will be asking for help. So you can see, right, there were 29 times somebody asked help for transportation, 26 times somebody asked help for rain. So all that data would be there. And based on this, you can use AI too. So right now, if I'm on the strong option, and if I use this Genie is going to help me create 5 questions that would have the topics of these particular, the main topics that we've selected here. And then the questions will be little bit challenging type. Why? Because the student have already given correct answers to these topics. That means they have some conceptual understanding. So as per Bloom's taxonomy, it's going to create a higher level of question that's going to help you to even more evaluate the student's understanding better. And you can also, see the answers. You can view all the options. And if you don't like this, you can also edit it and make again, you can customize your question back from here. So this is about our strong top. Same with the weak. If the right now there are no weak topics under my section, but if I select any topic from here, I can use Genie and it will help me improve the students with the easy questions, and also like you can consider it like
Many
practice.
roads are broken and not good for traveling. There aren't enough trains or buses to take people where they need to go. The rivers and lakes aren't used well for transportation.
Uh, I think ma'am got unmuted by mistake. Yeah. Anyways, yes. So I was telling you about the weak topics, right? So weak topic would have all the wrong questions, and you'll be able to use Genie to make questions that are easy type. So through that, they'll be able to practice more, know about the concept of that topic, and then maybe we can transition from easy to medium into hard type of question. And if you go to help requested and I use this Genie option, it's going to create easy plus medium type of questions so that I'm able to understand if medium works for the student or easy works for the students. Maybe they need some refresher on this particular range option, or they have confusion on the joint option. So all those part will be resolved in that. I'm sure when the student are asking for help, they'll obviously raise their hands, and you'll be able to address the queries right there itself during the assessment. But having this noted in somewhere else, it will also help you to also like remind yourself, okay, this was the part where the help was asked. And maybe next time when I'm using any questions related to transportation, maybe I should make sure that I add two, three more questions just to make the student practice on the topic more. So that can be also done in this case. Um, No, sir, the questions will be used for all the students. It's not limiting you to use it only the students who have given the wrong answer for that question, because the more number of questions the students are going to solve, even if they gave right answer to a particular question, it will help them practice about it. It will help them more in knowing or maybe refreshing their mind on that topic. So even if it's under week, and if I use Genie, we can play the same quiz with all the students. Yeah. So this is our topics. Any questions on this part, teachers? Yes, Anuradha ma'am, you're saying something? Um, because I was not able to hear you, ma'am.
I think she got unmuted by mistake.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we do not have any more questions, teachers? See, I'm sure you're taking notes or remembering these points, because when we have module 3, this time I asked very easy question. Next time I'm going to ask very hard questions. That time you'll have to answer, and we'll also keep prizes whoever gives the correct answer for those questions. So if you have any doubt, any question, make sure you let me know during the session itself.
खा लेना खा ले कुछ नहीं होगा खा ले वेज समोसे खा ले पत्ता गोभी समोसे खा
Ranjana,
ले
can you mute them, please?
Yeah.
हमको मत
Okay, so let's move forward and let's come towards the chapter covered section, where you can see the progress bar for all the chapters that and the topics that are within that chapter. So you can see where does food come from. I have completed 3 topics out of 4. I can also identify what is the proficiency, correct answer percentage, and then overall average. So I'll be able to see everything here, and I can also check for any topic which is missing. Let's say I have completed this, and I can see for all the topics the student are scoring low. So I can simply select these topics and click on play now. So the questions that I'll be getting, these questions would be related to that particular topic which is selected from that chapter. Okay, so that is the best part. You can also click on this play option and directly play the quiz based on the score that you see. But it is going to again help you understand which other topic you need to do again and which other topic you need to practice more. So that will be also covered in this part. Okay, so let me make it into October. Yeah, so here separation of substance. This is a 7 topic chapter, and I can see that the lowest I've scored is in hand picking topic, and the highest score was for sieving and methods of separation, or sorry, threshing. So I can select these topics, and then if I play a quiz, the questions are going to be again harder. And if I select the other topics where the score was a little bit low, but it's still considered into the strong, I can still play quiz that are related to the topic so that I can practice even more. So that is about our chapters covered section. Any questions, any doubt on this part?
Hello, ma'am, I'm audible to you.
Yes, sir.
Actually, I have a doubt regarding if we create a quiz from our own sets, the
Mm-hmm.
tone reflects the global score, right?
Sorry, sir.
If
Your
we create
voice.
a quiz, hello,
Yes, sir. You mean to say that if
ma'am,
we create a quiz,
huh,
I'm
the
only able
scores
to.
what the kids will score, the tone reflect in the global score, right?
If you create a quiz and the students solve and the score that you get out of that quiz, will it be included under global score? Is that your question, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, so basically, whatever quiz that you will be creating, if the quiz consists of any questions that are inbuilt, right? If you go to create option and you use
Huh?
these parts, right? Because
Yes,
this is
ma'am.
something which is existing on the app and this is the default question, this will be considered in the global
Huh.
score, sir. Yeah, but if you're
Okay.
making your own questions, right? If I make my own question and we have an option that says tag topic. So if I'm tagging anything, let me simply just type. So now if I play this question right away, it will not be considered under global score. But if I use this add topic option, select a chapter and then add it to a topic, then it will be considered under the global score. So
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
yeah. Yeah, thank you, sir. That was a great question because this is something which usually teachers will miss out on because it's not related to what is happening inside the class, but it's like an overview data. So if ever the teachers wants to also include any topic or a tag for their questions, you can use that. And once you tag the question with any topic, that part will reflect here and you'll be able to identify the topic, whether it's strong, weak, or hard. Okay, so those part will be covered. And then last but not the least, we have a participation and activity history. So activity history is going to show all the data that you played earlier, all the quizzes that were played inside your classroom. All the data would be there. You can open any quiz, you can see the scores of the student, you can open any student and see what option the student has chosen, at what point the student was asking for help, the time taken by the student to answer the question in comparison with the time taken by the entire classroom to answer the question. And you'll be able to, see what is happening with all the questions that are there. Along with that, if ever you are reading a question and you feel something is wrong with this question, you can also report that issue right there on the report. You can inform that some problem was there with the topic, or maybe the question was not 100% aligned to that topic, or some any feedback you have related to that question. You can also make use of those part here. Okay, so and also you can download the report in Excel. But before that, let me show you something interesting which has been recently included in this. So I'll open a quiz where the score is a little bit even. Okay, it's just okay. So we have this, right? So earlier we were only able to see student-wise data, but what we have done here now is we have added this question-wise tab. So this question-wise tab is going to help you see the score of the question, how many students have understood it, how many has not understood it, and how many attempted the question. So based on that, you will be able to see the names also, right? So if I want to see understood, this is these two student have understood, these two student has not understood. All those data would be there. And who are the student who haven't attempted the question, that will be also included. So this is a recently added thing, and I'm sure this will also help you to get more insights on your questions and everything. So you can simply use this to, get the question wise data as well. Okay. So yeah, any questions on this, teachers? The student wise and question wise report, any feedback, any suggestion that you have, anything that you would like to see that will help you to get even more insights on a higher level, that will also help us.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, I have one more doubt regarding the question creating. So,
Mm-hmm.
ma'am, for primary classes, if you want to add the sound for the question, how we
Mm-hmm.
can do that one, ma'am?
Great question, sir. So what we can do is, we have this upload media option. You click here, and you can simply use any file that you have that has audio in it. But the only condition is you'll have to make sure the file is less than 2 MB. You can upload it and you can use that question.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for your question, sir. Anybody else apart from this? Okay. And then if you download the quiz report, you can also download it on your smartphone by scanning the QR code, or else you can download it simply like a normal report in your Excel. This is how it looks like. So here you will be able to see the statistics in details, like what was the question, what were the option, what were the respondent count, everything would be there. And if you go under details, this is where you will be able to see the student average and what was the answer and how many points did the student earn for this particular question. So that will be also shown. And ultimately on the, sorry, over here, you will be able to see the total point earned. And here is the average. So this is our downloaded report. Okay. And last but not the least, we have participation, where you will be able to see the participation rate. Whoever gives or uses the clickers are considered as present. So now we used all our 9 clickers, so all these students are present. However, these students didn't use the clicker, so they are considered as absent. And you can also download the report in Excel. And apart from this, the report that we saw earlier, right? We saw the student-wise report and the Gini report. You will be able to see a similar report for your entire class too. So this is going to help you to check what is happening across all your classrooms, which subject, how they are doing. All that data would be there. So wait, let me open it from here. Yeah. So you can see, right? This is my class 6th F. Your class is comparison with the global score, and then you can see all the subject score. And overall performance would include the total number of questions solved, the average score, and for every subject, the number of questions solved, correct answer percentage, attendance, and the top performer. So this would be for all the subjects. So you'll be able to identify, okay, I think the students who are scoring well, maybe for 100 questions, they are scoring 84%. That means they are doing well. And science is the only subject where the student needs more support. So that's how you'll be able to focus on the subject also. Okay. So any questions on this? Hello? All right, and last but not the least, we have our Genie Insights, where you can select 5 different quizzes that you played earlier, and you can ask Genie to tell you how your classroom is doing on an average, what is their performance, where they need help, and how you can support them better. So all that data would be also given here. Okay. So this is pretty much for the reports tab. I'll stop sharing my screen and I'll wait for you guys to let me know if you have any questions, any doubt, anything on your mind that would like to discuss. That can be not only specific to reports, but even other features, maybe from module 1 or any other features that we have in Class Saathi. So we have around 40 teachers, 43 teachers here. So I'd expect some of the teachers will have some queries. Yes, Ananya ma'am, Sujata ma'am, Rekha ma'am, Shilpa ma'am. We have so many teachers here. Tejaswini ma'am, Archana ma'am. Hello?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, you are audible. Yeah.
I think it's Saturday evening, so our teachers are now thinking when will this session end? When will be able to do something different from apart from Class Saathi? I can understand you teachers. We did. I really don't want to make this session as a boring session for you. So that's why I keep on asking questions, and I want you guys to be as involved as possible. I think Ranjana, you can share the attendance link in the group, in the chat
Yes.
box. So teachers, we have 43 teachers here. All of you, please make sure before leaving the call, you fill the Google form for attendance because that is necessary for us. Through that form, we'll be able to share you the uh, certificate. Okay. So the certificate will only come if you have filled this form. Please make sure that you fill it and then we can conclude the session. So teachers, how do you like it? Are you finding it interesting? Are you finding it helpful? Uh, are there any other specific part you want me to cover in future in the next module? Any special request from anyone? I'd be happy to do that. You can use the chat box to let us know. Yeah, sir. Yes, sir, you can unmute yourself. And if you have any query, you can ask.
Ma'am, can Class Saathi provide a quiz from which kids can enjoy, like from general knowledge or for the something which from they can enjoy the quiz apart from text?
Yes, sir. Definitely. I think it's already existing on the application, sir. If you go to activities tab, we have something called as expert
Okay.
sets, GK sets. So if you want to ask these expert sets are actually created by IITians, and you can use those questions to play in the class. And also we have GK sets where you will have GK related questions. So you can also use
Okay.
that, sir. Yes, it's existing in the application.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. All right, thank you, teachers. I hope you have filled out the form, attendance form. Yes,
Only
thank you.
half of the people have filled out the form. Please, before leaving the session, please mark your attendance by filling out this form because it is going to be helpful for us to send out the certificates to the respected email IDs.
Yes.
So thank you so much, Ashwarya, for this incredibly insightful session. I'm sure everyone now has a much clearer understanding of how to leverage Class Saathi to improve student outcomes by simplifying their teaching practices. So before we close, again another reminder, please fill out this form, Google form that has been sent. Let me share it again. And marking your attendance by filling out this form will help us to send out your certificate for this module too. And this will thank you for once again for joining us in the this evening. I know it is Saturday and you have already must have plans what to do this weekend. Still, it is important for us to empower our educators with Class Saathi and how you can make your classes better and better every day. So we hope today's session inspires you to take teaching to the next level with Class Saathi. Have a wonderful evening. We are still waiting. Meanwhile, in this meeting, so that everyone can fill out the attendance form.
Just want to add one more point here. So, all the teachers who are using Class Saathi on your phones, we request you to please go to the App Store or Play Store, and please leave a review for us over there
Yes.
as well. It really helps us build confidence for other teachers like you.